Alright, everyone. Well, since you saw the thumbnail, you pretty much know what we got here. But got an '08 VTX 1300, I do believe. And it's a '08 buddy of mine's. And he took it to some shop, I guess. They put something to do with a starter relay, solenoid, I think. And he got about halfway home and started making noise, and he got to the house and he shut it off and shut the key off, and the starter's still spinning, and he didn't know how to disconnect some stuff, so he let it spin until the battery went dead. So he didn't want to really take it back to that shop again, so he asked me if I'd look at it. Of course, I'm all about the Honda Helix, but Honda's a Honda, and I told him I'd give it a looky-loo and see what we got, and we'll go from there. But I went to Honda, and I got a Honda solenoid starter relay. I didn't go with a cheap aftermarket because we've had this problem already, and you know, who wants to deal with this again? So also got this battery from Honda, and I'm charging it now. I've got it on 2 amp charge for a little bit. We're gonna I found, which isn't, I guess, a huge deal because it's just a tag light, but you probably can't see that, but they just jammed the wire in there, this white wire. They just jammed it in the plastic thing so that they could have a tag light. I mean, that's something, but I think I'm gonna do a better deal on that. They've also spliced the wires in here at the solenoid, and so we're gonna look at that. It's got a power commander on it. I'm gonna have to do some research on that, see what's going on there. So, like I say, it's a first time working on one of these. This is a heavy mamma jamma. Telling you what, compared to the old Honda Helix, this thing is a hoss. So I'm gonna take you guys with me, and so you can see how we go about seeing if we can get this thing running again. And it is a nice looking bike. And to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to drive it when I get done, because this mother is heavy. I mean, extremely heavy. It's not that I don't think I can drive it. I think I could probably drive it, but one, I don't have enough money to buy the bike if I crash it or lay it over. So I don't know if I'm gonna drive it or not. Sorry, still up in the air on that, but we're gonna get it going first, and like I say, I'll take you through what changing the starter solenoid and finding out what's going on with these wires and making sure everything's clean. And oh, it's not an '08, it's an '02. I thought he told me it was an '08. Wow. Okay. So there you have it. Always check your data to make sure that you got the right stuff. All right, I'll be back in a flash. All right, everyone. So here we go. I jumped the gun a little bit before I realized I wasn't filming. I was like, I should be filming this. So, all right. So back here, under here, you've got a couple of Allen screws, one on each side. These are what mine looks like, or the John's bike looks like. I don't know if every one of them is going to be the same or not, but that removes the seat because we're going to put a battery in it. So then from there is 1, 2, 3 screws for this plate on top of the battery, and 2 clips right here for the computer. Okay, I've got a little extra red wire over here that, alright, that plops out. That's your battery cover. Alright, I can see the battery. Now, I'm going to have something to hold this up here, so I don't need it flopping around. Got a battery tender thing right here, and looks like, alright, so yeah, I'm gonna have to get something to hold that up. So these are pretty cool. I got them at Walmart. You can get them on eBay also. But it works good for hangers and holding stuff out of your way. So we'll tip that up there, wrap that around, find something over here to attach to. We're not pulling with a whole bunch of force, so. Alright, that'll hold it up out of our way, and we can work on this, getting this battery out of here. I'm going to test this solenoid, see if it's bad. I do believe that was the problem, but I'm also going to clean the start button too. We're going to take it apart, kind of clean it, and get that done. So let's take this battery off. We know there's no juice in it because he let it run until the battery died. Alright, so make sure you're, yep. They had a little spacer on the battery where it bolted onto the thing. I got this battery tender. I know this is positive because that's the fuse side and it's red, so move on the negative side. Spacer. Okay, so this is the battery tender deal. I'm assuming he has the he has the other stuff at home. Alright. There you have it, there's the battery of it. .310 cold cranking amps. Alright, so we're gonna put this on the charger just for giggles to see if we can get it to come back. but I don't believe we're going to be able to. That's why we got a new one. And it may come back, I don't know. Alright, so now that we got that done, I wish I would have brought my good voltmeter home, but I did not. So, pull this out of the way here. Set that up there. Okay, so they've been in here and done some stuff. Because there's only 2 wires. I don't know if this is the same with your bike or not, but there's 2 wires, just 2 wires going to the solenoid. And the solenoid has 4 prongs, so it doesn't really make sense. So next we're going to test to see if these 2 are stuck together. Inside is a magnetic plate that comes up, connects these 2 when you energize these wires. Magnetic plate comes up, connects these 2, and your starter goes. So if these have continuity, then that is what the problem is, because it should be open. And this stupid voltmeter isn't. Okay, that is not stuck together. I don't know how much I trust this. Okay, that's... Oh, that seems to be good. Alright, so we're gonna check these 2 wires to see if they're continuity together. And if so, it might be the start button. Okay, so need to get a marker so I can mark which one goes on which side. These 2 small wires. I don't think it really matters, but I want to make sure I put it back the same way. Okay, so I'm going to mark one of these. The mark. And a mark on the relay. The starter relay, so I know. Yeah, they're pretty brown. Even though that's good, I still want to replace it since the starter ran for so long. And that thing's gotten hot, and who knows whether it's gonna do it again. So we're gonna go with a Honda part. Alright, so now I've got to run the starter switch. See if we get any action. The key's not on, so I don't know if it's... Okay, nothing. So I'm gonna go get the key. On. Start button's in the run position. We should get continuity when I press the button. Alright, let's make sure the Brake on, clutch in. It's in neutral. Alright, so I'm going to change this relay anyway, because it's, like I say, if it ran that long, and I may need to have a battery hooked up to get some action out of these. And it could be my stupid voltmeter not being right. So we are going to shut that off. We are going to next, I'm going to take the starter button apart. I've watched some videos, and they said the start button gets dirty and shit like that. So let me look, see what we're going to do to take that start button apart. We're going to take that apart, and we're going to clean all the contacts and make sure everything's good on that. Looks like we got 2 Phillips screws here. Let's take those off. See if we can get to this switch. Okay. Okay, I gotta hold a tripod here. Try to get you to see. Okay, so in here we've got, looks like a Phillips screw right there. Right there. And it's gonna hold your bracket, and then I think there's another Phillips screw down under here that's gonna hold your switch in. So that's what I'm gonna have to take off next. Stand by. There we go. Alright, so let's if it's a first for you, it's a first for me, because I haven't taken one of these apart yet. We're gonna see. Come on, get on there, you little bastard. And be careful, it's a pretty small screw. Alright, that gets that out of the way. Then, let me show you again here. Okay. So now that plastic piece is our switch. And right there is a screw. So you can remove the switch from this housing. So that's what we're going to try next. Okay. And that is a small screw also. Wish I could disconnect this. start button, but I don't believe there's a way to. So I'm just going to take the screw out. Let's see how much access. Whoop. See how much access we get to it. Okay, got the screw loose. Damn, we're back. Okay. That. And that screw. Oh, damn it. Okay. Here's your switch. So. The next step to getting this apart is these 4 tabs along the side. You have to pry that out to get the black piece out. And then I don't know if there's springs and stuff in there. You're gonna have to be careful. So I've got to get a tiny flat blade screwdriver so I can try to get that part out. So stand by. Alright, so we really want to be careful here. We don't want to break this. We want to get in between and start popping it up. Okay. It's out. All my springs and stuff are in here. You can see right here, looks pretty dark. There's a spring on the end. Okay. There's a little nipple inside there that the spring goes in. That's how it works. So let's look at our contacts. Hard to see with that chrome bouncing the light off. So let's see if we can. They look pretty clean. I don't know how much you can see or not, but looks pretty clean. We'll make sure it's clean. Some people have bent these tabs up a little bit too to make more contact on that. So let me get some stuff I can clean with and stand by. It's like a 400 grit sandpaper. It's real fine. I don't want to take any material off. I'm just trying to clean it. Just trying to clean it up here. Alright, so that should be cleaner. Let's have a looky-loo. Yep. Pretty clean. Nice and shiny. So now we'll work on this piece. That black stuff on there is what's kind of concerning me. So we'll scuff that up too. Alright, that piece comes out. And there's a spring behind there, so there's a tiny ass spring. So we gotta keep up with that. We'll put it in there. Alright, see, it's pretty clean. It's pretty clean now. I don't see any black spots in it. Oh, I almost dropped it. Alright, so now I guess we're gonna go just slightly more. Okay. This side and the other. A little bit here. Okay. Now it's curved up a little bit. That'll make better contact. I don't know what kind of lube I'm going to put on that. Okay, so this spring is going to go in this button in here. I got a feeling nope, I'm going to be able to get it with that. So, I've got to get a piece of wire. Piece of wire will hold it. Get it back in the slot. Okay, so it's back in the slot it's supposed to be in. Then we're going to get this back in the right way. And the spring came out. I need to get some hemostats. Alright, so now we got some hemostats here. Gotta get this spring back in. Okay, spring's back in. Oh, goes the other way. Goes the other way. This damn spring is a pain in the ass. This little thing right here. Wow. Alright, she's in its slot. Trying to show you what I'm doing, but it's hard to have it at that. I gotta make sure which way we're going here. That damn spring just came out again. I'm about to put some grease on this thing so it stays in there. Alright. I got some grease on it. Now it's going to stick to my hemostats. Come on, you little bitch. Alright, spring's in there again. Getting this damn thing in there. It's turning out to be a Alright, I got it. It's clicked in there. I'm going to put a touch of grease on that. Okay, I put a dab of grease on there. This seems to be sliding okay. But we're going to lube this up also. So I'm going to set this over here. I'm going to put some grease in that. Okay, that's greased up. There's a pin right there where the spring goes. So we'll insert that in that, push it in. Oh, that works good. That works good. Okay. So now we snap this back together. And I should have mentioned to mark the black and the white so you get it back in the same spot. I don't know if I'm only hoping I got it right. There is writing on the black deal, and I've got it towards here. I'm pretty sure that's the way I took it apart. So, alright, that seems to be working good. So I guess we can go ahead and change the solenoid. And put a battery in it and see if we can get it to fire up and run without running the starter all the time. Alright, so I'm thinking that this usually has a holder that bolts this up, but that is missing, and there's a zip tie on here, so that's what they've done. Just zip tied it in. Alright, so we've got to take these terminals off. This damn boot's in my way. Alright, there's your solenoid right here. Fuse still looks good. Like I say, with it running for 10 or 15 minutes constantly, we're changing it. Oh, there's another. Oh, that's a spare fuse. Look at that. Spare fuse down here. That's nice. Okay. Oh, so let's get our new one here. Open it up. Okay, and this is a actual Honda solenoid. Right there's part number. It's expensive. You can get one on eBay for like $8-10, but do you really want to take the chance? This is square. Compared to this one, it's round. So I didn't see it was an 08. I did think it was an 08 instead of an 02, so I don't know if that has anything to do with being square and being round. Almost, because the battery's on the different side. Damn. I need to do some research because we're backwards here, and I told Honda there was an 08. I thought it was an 08. The customer told me, and it's an 02. So shit. I don't know if that makes a difference. With it being backwards, I can't bolt it that way. I have to bolt it that way. Dang it. Well, that fits in there like that. This is a B for battery and an M for, it's going to the starter, but you gotta have your battery in the right place. So, because this is your starter leg, this is your battery leg. Okay. No, wait, that's the same. That's the same. Alright, they are the same. Just put it in this way. Okay. And then it was these two that was energizing. Okay. Okay, so we got studs over here and screws over here and no screws. F my life. Alright, so I gotta find screws. Let's go in there. Took this bad boy up. Stand by. Alright, so huge mistake. I could have swore the customer said it was an 08 1300. But turns out it's a 02 1800. So I'm going back to Honda and check to see if I got the wrong relay. And then we'll go back together with it. Hey everyone. Well, the mistake cost me about $30, which customer gave me 200, so it pretty much evened out. So he that's what he spent on parts. Well, I got some good news on that front. They did take the battery back, even though I put acid in it, and they took back the relay, even though I opened it. They are real good to me over to Honda Suzuki in Del City, Oklahoma. They really work with me and keep me taken care of. So I'll show you what we got going on. So if you have 02 1800 VTX, and this is the part numbers for the starter relay and the battery. So okay, here we go with the starter relay. I'll give you a minute to find pause. Okay, so there's that. This is what it looks like. Okay. Compared to this junk aftermarket, which I'm assuming that they put on from that other shop, and shit like this, you can't skimp on it. You gotta do the Honda thing on stuff like this, because look at the difference. So now, all right, let me get you down here. So now I have to find two bullet connectors for these two, because these had spades on it, and the shop they had it at put spades on it. So we're going to put bullet connectors on there. Oh, and I didn't mention that it's got a bracket. See, it's got a bracket that holds it to the bike, not a zip tie. So, yes. Okay. So now these... I don't know if you can even... if it's focusing on that or not. But these are round bullet connectors. These are all female, which I'm glad I had those because I pulled this package first, which has got both male and female, and only had one female in here. So, that's what they look like. I'm going to put them on here, push them on. I may have to remove some of the insulation of the plastic right here because of this shelf in the middle, but that's not a problem. So that's what we'll be doing later, and that is for the starter relay. Okay. This is for the battery. And this is all stuff I got from Honda. If I want to work on somebody's bike, if they can afford to put the genuine stuff on it, we're going to do it. So that's what we got. And not only did my Honda dealer take back the battery that I already put acid in, I called him about 11 today and told him that, you know, my mix up that about the year and everything, and he's like, all right, well, I got the other battery here and I got the relay here, so just bring that stuff back and we'll exchange it out. Well, I get home and the acid box is empty. And all the caps on the battery. So, I'm like, did my stoned ass fucking grab the wrong battery at the counter when I exchanged batteries? And so I called him up real quick before they closed, and he's like, no, I pulled it out, put acid in it, charged it for the last 6 hours for you. So, that's fucking going above and beyond to me. So, that's why I like my Honda dealer. So that battery is ready to go. It's been fucking acid charged, everything. So we're gonna rock on here and put this stuff on and get this thing fired up. And then I'm gonna make a decision whether I'm gonna drive it or not. I'm still contemplating. So stand by. We'll be back. Alright, well, we ended up lucking out here. Why is there so much waves in the damn thing? Stand by. Oh, is it my light? It's my light. Huh. Guess my light sends waves instead of... It's always lighting. It's a damn problem with filming anything. Ugh. Alright, so these two bolts came out of the old battery up there. They fucking fit right in there, so that's what we're going to use to bolt the solenoid up. The OE factory. Oh yeah, look how good that fits. Fits right on there. And I'll use my other two nuts for my... Alright, gotta be able to get to these bolts. And my screwdriver is over here, of course. And we're still gonna put the starter switch back together. The bottom part of the starter switch. Oh yeah, golden. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, just like that. All right, so we're hooked up there. That's going all the way down on there. And what's good about it is, yeah, it's actually touching the metal. We're gonna make that a little stiffer though. We're gonna make it a little stiffer. So I don't want this shit falling off. That fit on there good and tight. So I'm gonna do that with this one too. Oh yeah. Alright, so I shouldn't have put those on yet, of course. I should have put the battery deal on there first, but we're gonna try to work around them now that I got it. Now that I got it on there. Alright, I'm sitting on. I'm sure I'm sitting on some nuts here. Yeah, that didn't sound good, did it? Let's hope these nuts fit. These nuts. And they don't seem to. There we go. Okay. And then now going over here to this one. Now I need to get a 10 socket. Get those good and tight. Oh, stand by. All right, let's get this. And I don't have the battery hooked up, so I don't have to worry about touching anything, but I wouldn't try doing this with the battery hooked up. That is tight on there. Alright, so now, let's get this side. I had to hold the wire so it didn't turn. That one's tight. Alright. It ain't coming up. Oh, that one's. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Why does shit have to be made so cheap now? Golly. Since the pandemic, nobody gives a shit anymore. That's on there now. Okay. Feel comfortable with that. Alright, so that's starter relays in. And now we get to put a battery in it. And run this back out so I don't forget. Put that in there. Alright. Okay, so in the aid of putting a battery in, I don't know if you've all had the little nut fall out of there. It's not fun. So, I usually take a piece of cardboard. Stand by. Alright, we're back. And scissors. And cut out a piece of cardboard. It'll fit in there. Go in there tight. Okay. Set your thing in there. Pick it up with the screw, and then you're gonna fold this in half. It's still not narrow enough. See, now it's too narrow. Not thick enough, so we're gonna add another piece in there. Okay. Jam that in there, wiggle it. Now when you're setting your battery in there, that's not coming out. And it's up at the top. So if you got any kind of stuff that you're going through and it's thicker, then it's not gonna. And if your screw goes down far enough, it'll just go into the cardboard and chew its way through. So it's not gonna cause a whole bunch of issue. So I'm gonna do this side here. Okay, fold it over. Send that in there. Okay, and then we're going to jam our piece in the middle. Just to tighten it up. Okay. Now, that one's not going to fall out. And it's right near the top. So, we're good to go with that. Let's go install it in the bike. Alright, this positive terminal tends to be a pain in the ass, so you gotta make sure you're tucked over here, away from that corner. It always sucks that my lights flash like that. That's annoying. Sorry, people. Alright, we're in. Okay. we'll put the positive on first. I need an extension. Okay, that's tight. I have to have an extension to do the other side though, because I don't want to. I want to touch terminals. All right, so. All right, nothing happened. No sparks flying. And guess what? You made me forget the damn battery tender. I can't believe you guys. Can't believe you guys made me forget that. I just said that I was going to put it up there so I remembered it, right? Sometimes we have dumbass moments, I guess. What the hell now? What a pain in the ass. What a pain in the ass. One wire makes. It's gotta go that way. Okay, it's going down. So we need to move it over there a little bit. Okay. Alright, that's in there. Tight. Okay, now this one we're going to put on this side. On the bolt here. No, we're going to put it on this side. Yeah, we're going to put it on this side. Alright, so we are good and tight there. This fuse needs to tuck up under here. It's kind of awkward. It's not really doing what I want it to do. So I want that under there, tucked up under there. That needs to go down in between there. Oh, look at that. She went down in there. Okay. That tucks in there like that. That tucks down there like that. And the cover will go over there. I guess for right now, I guess we can see if it'll turn on and start. Alright, so first I'm going to put the switch back in. We've already got it done. There's a hole in the handlebar right there. There's a hole in the handlebar up there. Right there. There's a button right there. So, you gotta line those up to get this back together. do that, I'm going to go get my screwdriver. Get this part put back together. And guess we'll see if we can fire this guy up. Yep, we're in there. And you may not enjoy this video because I'm not really familiar with VTX. I couldn't tell you much about them. So you may be saying to yourself, oh my god, he's a dumbass, he's doing it that way. Well, guess you don't have to watch the video. But that's alright. Throttle returns. We're on run. Alright, let's go get the key. Turn the key on and see what happens. Well, it runs.